I am sure sports. You know me there, from coast to coast representing. I mean, say this is Righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never see no game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
That Sports, for the best authentic sportswear. You check Wilton Sports when you want the best authentic sportswear. Wilton Sports. Food change advertise fee. And for roll out the numbers. Remember, no easy laugh, no off.
Some sports store for take notes. Them full of dreams and hopes. Then why them come and sell rope? When there is only one, yeah, there is only one goat. And that's a Wilson, yeah, that's a Wilson, yeah, that's a Wilson Sports. Yeah, ball boots, ball tops, ball shots, shin guard, ball socks. Them kind of drip you quick for make your ex call back. Little quickness in my boots and ball out, me want that. My Nike ticky pretty and my Adidas all black. Dribble down your field with grip and feel me can't drop. Slide tackle all my own a team and know this now pop. Why? Because I'm by the supper.
All right, good morning. For some of you in other places of the world, it is good afternoon. I am Management, and welcome to I Am Sure Sports. Hope all is well with you. Peace be multiplied to you and your host. Hope you have a wonderful day today. Regardless of life circumstances, please make sure you're giving thanks because you're alive and life gives you another opportunity to make better, to do good. And so you're alive, so be grateful for that because we didn't have to be here, but the grace of the Most High God definitely has kept us. Yes, so lots of things happening in football. If you have not yet seen it, we did a video earlier today speaking about the updated FIFA ranking, which is different from the CONCACAF rankings that we looked at. So you can go back and watch that video. We have a couple of big things coming up on the show today, and we also have something big coming up for you tomorrow. So we want you to stick and stay for today, and then tune in tomorrow on Super Friday when we'll have something special in store for you. Again, we ask you to do a few things. We want to thank all our viewers and subscribers for always supporting us by liking and sharing the content and getting others to subscribe. If you're watching and you have not yet subscribed to the platform, make sure you go ahead and do so. Very simple way of subscribing. It's not hard. It doesn't take a lot of time. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and subscribe to I Am Sure Sports. I would certainly appreciate that. Also, I want you to take a minute or two and, well, less than a minute, a few seconds, and hit the like button and also share the content with someone else. Maybe they don't realize that the program has started because we haven't been on in a while. So you can do that and let them join. We also have a membership feature that will have additional stuff for you that is coming up at the end of the month of April, which is the beginning of May. Our members will have some special offers in store for them. You are going to be surprised. So if you're not a member, join up to the I Am Sure Sports membership. Again, welcome to all the persons who are here already. Fresh God is here as usual. Bless up, Fresh God. I see Chris Romans. Also here saying hail triple E TY. I think that is Tyrone Williams. I see both Jasons are up and out early. That's Jason Guna. You know how it is. And Jason Real Madrid, should I say. Yes, they are both here. Bessa documentary, big up yourself. Hope you're doing well down there in the second city of Montego Bay. Sherman Scott, the man who says one done from Clarendon. Blessings to you. Oh, the dread is here. The real dread. I wish you have to call him Rastafari, and I don't like the dread business, but he goes by the moniker Danny Dread. I also see Santini 876. You know that one of the two era codes that is connected to Jamaica. I see Don Johnson. Blessings. And he says morning to you as well. At first I'm seeing that name. I know from time to time people change their name, so can let me know if it's one of the regular. Listen, just want to say this publicly. Leighton, I owe you a call, you know. Oh my Lord, I owe you a call. Don't worry, I will be calling you because I know I should have called you from before, but don't worry, I shall give you a call. Owen has just decided that he's going to take a couple of minutes from work and join the stream. Big up yourself, Owen. I don't see the one Demo yet, you know, because every time we talk about the EPL, I know he's coming on to talk because he wants to talk about Liverpool playing Sheffield today. So let's see how that will go. But big up to our sponsors, Prestige Finance, Tricknick. Big up. Appreciate your continual support of I Am Sure Sports. Yes, indeed. All right. Yep. What else? Manager man, big up, know yourself. Giovanni, bless up. As right. Regular DA John. Man is man, bless up. Sham 6 says that. All right, so people. Now, will Arsenal win the Premier League? I need to hear from some of the Gooners. I believe that while let me just deal with the Liverpool thing. While I believe that the games that Liverpool have left, they are more manageable in terms of expected outcome. There's a high probability that they will maximize the points, but they have a tough game coming up on the weekend against Manchester United. And sometimes all it takes is just one bad result to turn things. I think, however, that Arsenal has as good a chance as the other two teams, which is City and Liverpool. I think when you look at the results from last season, all of these teams that Arsenal played in either home or away, when you look at how the fixture is, Arsenal really won, right? The Wolves, the Brightons, the Aston Villas, the Tottenham Hotspurs, I think United had defeated us, and then we defeated them at the Emirates. And so I think Arsenal stands as good an opportunity. And for some reason, I believe that Arsenal will win the Premier League. Not just because I'm an Arsenal fan, but I think momentum is with them, and I think that they have been doing well. Chris is at the Mina Cup. He's out there in Dubai. Chris, call in, man. Call in and tell us what is going on over there. Because you're sending me link to watch thing over in Dubai. Christopher Wright, man. Can't manage that. Call in the program and let us talk. You're watching. Call in and tell us, give us some update. How the Barcelona team look. Talk to me. Right? So, yeah. Man says, man, how do you know I work and not on the corning, rubbing out my hand middle? Yeah. You know, maybe you are, maybe you're not. All right. So I think like when I look at the remaining fixtures, I think that Arsenal stand as good a chance as anyone else. City, I don't think there's this perception which is based on past that City are going to go on this, and I've been hearing it for weeks now, that City will go on this fantastic run, undefeated, winning all their games, and it has not been happening because I don't think this City team is as good this year as they have been in other years. And so I don't think they're going to have one of those runs this year. In fact, I believe that there is a great possibility that City will lose up to 6 points in the running to the end of the season. I believe City will lose 6 points. I think Arsenal will lose 3. And I think Liverpool will lose 4. And what that will mean is that Arsenal will be your Premier League champion. Now, I know some of you are going to say, because you're an Arsenal fan, why you're saying that and you're not objective. No, if you say that to me, then I would say that you're saying what you're saying. Watch this. You're saying what you're saying simply because you as well, just like me, you are not objective and you believe your team will win the league. That's it. So the same objectivity that you think I'm operating without is the same objectivity you are operating without. So we are on we are at the same place, basically. We're at the same place. Right? But I think this season, Arsenal are in a way better position to win than they were last season. So yeah, looking forward to that. You know, I should have told you this from last week that Damani Osai, he has transferred. Yes. Let me tell you where he has transferred to. Big up man like Dre, any weather sports in the building. Yeah, bless up. So let me tell you where he has transferred to. So Damani Osai, he has transferred to the University of Syracuse. Syracuse, and he has moved from Santa Clara. So Damani Osai, he has transferred from Santa Clara, right, to Syracuse. Right, there you go. Syracuse, yes, there you go. Thank you, Jason. So big up on the man on that. Yeah, on that. Big up man like Lulu, Gunners boss, blessings to you. Turkle Production says, good morning, management. It's a good look going forward and always listen to get credible information about our team. Go Reggae Boys, thanks. The Mario McCollum says, man, go on, sing. No. Yeah, but I'm telling you, I think the two teams that have the best chance of winning the league, I think, is Arsenal and Liverpool. I don't think City are wired to win the league this year, given what I've seen in terms of their performances. But I'd love to hear from some others. Mr. United, bless up. Breaking news. Boy, I'm telling you, Mason Greenwood was spotted at a Jamaican restaurant. Listen, people, imagine if Mason Greenwood, Reece Nelson, and like if we get like those two players in this mix. What I still believe though, that even if we get those players, we still need midfielders, and that's why I think like a young player like Omari Hutchinson would be ideal heading into the World Cup qualifiers in June, and then for the Copa America. And if you get those three additions, I think midfield needs a little bit of sorting out, but good crop of players, and you saw the heart. Yeah, you know that is it. I like it. Spotted. Yeah. Listen, I saw a picture of the Jamaican sweater, and I'm telling you, the way it is, like everybody thought it was Mason Greenwood because the person was sitting in a stadium with a Jamaican sweater, right? So every picture people see now, you understand me, is him. Oh, you're saying that Omari ain't the type of midfielder. Here this one says, Omari ain't the type of midfielder we are missing. We need deeper line mids more than anything. Okay, all right. I hear you. I hear you. That is true. We need a couple of good defensive midfielders, not box to box, but defensive midfielders. But I don't think adding Omari Hutchinson takes away from having that need. He's not plugging that gap. But I think given what he has been doing, I think he would be a good. I don't think we have a player in the team now, based on what I've seen from him, that provides what he does. So good suggestions from the ones saying that. All right. So that's Omari. Yeah. But let's get back to the Premier League, right? So I believe the title will be decided between Arsenal and Liverpool. I think City are bigger favorites to win the Champions League than Arsenal. I almost believe like the focus of City this year is doing back-to-back Champions League. So I would go, that's where I'd go with City. I think that they are doing back-to-back, like Champions League is the focus of their thing. But I think like Arsenal and Liverpool, it will go down to the wire where these teams are concerned. I see Arsenal dropping 3 points in this. Which is probably a loss somewhere in the mix of this. See Liverpool losing 10-1, and I see City losing 5 to 6 points by the end of the season. And if that calculation is right, given the gap right now, I think Arsenal would end up winning if they continue to have the superior goal aggregate that they have. All right. Also want to talk to you a little bit about Phil Foden and Saka. I hear people talking about this player named Lewis Baker, right? Don't Lewis Baker, I mean, I watched him for Stoke, right? But Daniel Johnson and Lewis Baker play for the same team, and they are normally deployed in the same position. All right, so Demario McCallum, like it's like this now, like this question is that when you say we, who are the we? Because we as fans don't get to do that, right? We as fans don't get to do that. So maybe you should make a statement. Maybe it shouldn't be a question, it should be a statement. where you say that we should consider and make a statement and not ask a question. Yeah? Okay, Baker is just a better tackler. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because they play... Yeah. Yeah, but but Daniel Johnson is a box to box too. Daniel Johnson is a box to box who can play the 10. So if you're talking about who is a better player, then you can make that decision. What I'm saying though is that they play the similar position. So is that because I'm just going back to what Jason was saying about what we really need? I think we need a Casemiro kind of midfielder. We need a Casemiro kind of midfielder. A Rodri kind of a midfielder. Nitro, but I don't think we need what I'm saying that I don't. While it's good to have players who can do that, like we don't need like a dead ball. We have some very good dead ball kickers in the team already. I mean, Leon Bailey is good with the dead ball. Demarai Gray is good with the dead ball. Bobby Reed is good with the dead ball. We have that already. No, Danny Dread. But I am saying that Man City going to drop 5, Arsenal going to drop 3. How are they going to beat me by 1 point? You must not forget that I said that I did say that City will lose 5 points. Liverpool will lose 4 points. I believe my estimation, and Arsenal will lose 2 points or possible 3 points. Oh, Danny Dredo, you know that they won't. You know that Arsenal going to lose 3, but you don't know that City going to lose any? Eh? Eh? All right, so listen. I am not questioning what the people can do. What we're talking about, we're not comparing one player to the other. We're saying that what do we need? And so when I raised the name Omari Hutchinson, Jason Guna said that we need a deep line midfielder. Telling me that a player can score from outside the box is not important right now. If we all agree that the important thing, the gap that needs to be plugged, is a ball-winning, ball-handling, deep line midfielder. That is what needs to be solved first before we get into all the other attributes. Yeah. You understand? So that's it, man. Yeah. Hey, Peso, I heard that your birthday was recently, man. Happy belated birthday. When was it? April 1st? Peso. Oh, Teddy Lee. No, somebody's talking about Louis Baker. Oh, almost. Why, Presser, you're lucky. You're almost born on the 1st of April. Almost. Yeah. So Teddy Lee, big up yourself. They're talking about Louis Baker, that Louis Baker would be all right. So of all the players, right? Of all the players, yeah, man, you can call in Teddy Lee. So of all the players who could possibly represent Jamaica if they get citizenship, we are saying that the man that would be ideal for the CDM position is Louis Baker. That's what the fans are saying. Is that what you're saying? Are there other options? And we're saying that if they are not available, then we should consider Louis Baker, or he is the first choice. Yeah. You think we will be seeing Omari in the Copa? You know, I don't know. But what I'll know is that I believe that the 2 World Cup qualifying games will be an indication to me of those who will be in the Copa. All right, we have the man who has been busy with his other duties finally coming back on this platform. He goes by the name Teddy Lee Gray after a long time in self-imposed exile. He has returned to the airwaves. Welcome, my brother. Blessings.
What a intro, man. Yeah, man, you hear me, right?
Yeah, man, we hearing you.
Yeah, man. So Baker, so are we going to get the player? Because truth be told, him wouldn't be the number one, but easy, coming out. What happened with him? What's the deal with him?
What's the deal? They on the wrong you on the wrong program.
What's the update with him? You know
that. Man, come over here. I use Simon slogan. That's this one.
Oh, God.
No, they are just saying that he is an option. But like night, I think Jason is saying. All right, let me tell you what Jason. Hold on, let me just tell you, right? Because hold on, let me just read this comment first. It says, so first, let me just read this first steadily and then it says, I disagree with that about Baker. Think he's more a box-to-box than a true CDM. There you go. But his attributes could work in the system we use at the Nations League. There you go. Absolutely. Agree with that. All right. So here's what I am saying.
Yeah, man, he's a box-to-box, but him can play CDM too. We need a player like him, He can play both role, man, but he's a box-to-box. Him good for free kick, him good for, dead ball, But he's a perfect person, but, in commit. I think what happened with him, we don't know.
If he has committed to what? To representing Jamaica?
Yeah.
Are we... When you say we, what do you mean? Is it Jamaica Football Federation?
JFF is not a coach, because I say coach should go over there. He's one of the players that I have fan.
No, I don't know.
There was no article about.
Maybe that's a good way.
Yeah, man, we need to target the player, like, if I him or I go for.
Then, no, man. What I'm saying, Teddy Lee, so you're saying that we are talking about the player. It doesn't mean that there is anything, but we're saying that this is an option because we know that he can represent Jamaica. If he has, so that's what we are discussing. So no, what you want?
What me listen is like I me expect here. I say can we just come in and listen to the program now?
No. He doesn't.
News like okay.
Yeah, we don't have any update that he has a Jamaican passport. But and
man is when I use an influence, man. The JFF target the man. We need to, we need a player like that. For you see a man like me, or like, I ask for the player. That means he's the number one.
Huh?
I think them say, I say he's the person that we're looking for. I think them say Dujan and Sterling can play the role, but we don't know if we want to do no more experiment with persons in that role.
So even if it is Louis Baker, isn't it an experiment?
Louis Baker, that the position and play like him used to play for Chelsea. I think even a year ago, him play a practice match. Remember when he come from the Turkish league or whatever him call it? Him play a practice match for Chelsea and I see him. He was centre back and they make him play too. No, in practice, so him know the role.
So you're saying that Dujon Sterling, you just brought up a name, right? Or Lewis Baker. If you had a choice between the two, which and you could take one, which one are you taking for a DM?
Baker. Hello?
Yeah, no man, I'm listening to you. You said Baker?
Yeah, man, Baker, yeah, man, because him used to the role. I think them say Sterling, they might try out with him. I remember he's a right back now, but they make him play as bench, they make him play the role. So like what we are doing with Joey Latibody, like we experiment.
Okay, so you're saying that they're experimenting with Dujon Sterling. He's not a true CDM.
He can go in that role and be a better like here what? Him start out naturally as a right back. But maybe the people can argue that maybe high school years he used to play a CDM. But whatever them turn him now a right back. So maybe people are saying he might come back to his true position as a
but somebody said that
midfielder. But
somebody said that
him as a right back.
Sham 6 is saying that in that role, he doesn't believe that Sterling is a better player in that role than Kieran Anderson or John Russell.
Come on.
In that role, what do you think?
So, the question why you come even ask about John Russell name the other day. Because I simply a match, he play a couple after, but I realize the coach rather to use. I use Lambert and Latibody here. But now we are playing a back three. It look like a back three that fit a Russell type. Russell and even Daniel Johnson type of player where number 8.
So you're saying
so them not tackle. The thing is that them don't according to everybody, them don't tackle a lot. So I think them might look for tackler. Baker tackle and Baker can pass well. And he's energetic. So come with all of those stuff.
Okay, but you were thinking about the possibility of having John Russell in the CDM role. What about his pace and agility?
Yeah, but them same not tackle. Yeah, them same. All right, so the pace and agility as a number 6, that not bother me in terms of at least we need a player with calmness can slow down the play and those stuff. But as we said, the coach of players, as we said, the system is like a number 8 one. Two backs to backs, one. Yeah.
Because Sham 6 is asking you because you said that Sterling has played CDM. They're asking you how many times has he played CDM?
No, I'm hearing that he plays CDM, but as I said, right back,
you're hearing?
Yeah, man. I think that man plus then also I think
Teddy Lee.
No, if you go on FIFA statistics, you say secondary position as central.
But I mean that he might play Teddy Lee. You have to be careful when you say you hear the thing.
But most right backs can go in midfield and come on, do a role. Remember Tyrone Marshall, Yusuf, remember them. Come on, some players can adapt, some players can be utility players. Remember me that tell you from a long time, Ethan Pinnock can play whatever, and I saw sometimes hear people say, boy, maybe them can push up Ethan Pinnock in the central defensive area. So sometimes I can experiment as a coach. Same with people with Damian Lowe. Remember a long time people say Damian Lowe, maybe put him up in the midfield. So the coach tried them. Some say it works, some say it don't work, but I think it kind of works. We need a tough tackler in the midfield, but we need also a pass, and we don't have that player currently.
Okay, so that is
Ravel Morrison is, by the way, as I think about true Ravel Morrison a tackle, but Ravel Morrison type of player, like we need a Ravel. Maybe Ravel needs to come back and
but some person are saying that if you have a young Omari, do you really need a Ravel?
Omar Hutchinson?
Yeah.
I mean, people say KC power, but from when Mr. Ravel bring to the table, Ravel is a man who go back and, yes, when I say Hutchinson do, but the two I think, I still rate Ravel Morris highly. That's how I see it. That is my opinion, and bring more in terms of tackling, dribbling, and everything. So I think I'm still, more than that, I realize a lot of fans, like Wagon is still, up to a year ago, Ravel Morris was the man, the number 10 and everything. All of a sudden, nobody not to talk about Ravel again. I believe him still have a lot to bring. But yes, so I think when you go to the championship or League One, everybody has to start calling him. I just say go with football, right?
Okay, meaning that you,
man,
you believe
yeah.
that he's going to play in the championship.
Yeah, man, I think some couple, them say 3 clubs are, you know, see the articles, I think, the type in the name now currently, I think Sky Sports are one of them people there. There's at least 3 clubs basically after, one in League One, and
Yeah.
I think a Sheffield, one of them clubs that they basically, you know, targeted. But I guess the article sometimes wrong and sometimes correct, or sometimes information wrong. But we like him, I go back to England now.
Okay.
But obviously, I can't know. Maybe another Joel period. Or
yeah,
what.
having watched the,
What's an interview we do?
No man, having watched having watched the Nations League the 2 games. Good while we not talk.
Yeah, man.
Having watched the Nations League 2 games. What is your thought in terms of where gaps need to be plugged in the team presently? Like what areas do we need? Like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 players?
As I said, the major concern, the midfield, the CDM area, the central area. That I think centre back position are good based on the numbers. Right back position, I think we still need a backup. I think Latibody can play over there. I think if not play a back 4, I think we'd rather Latibody over there than
over
Dexter.
Depends, really? You don't play Latibody over Dexter right back?
Defensive. No, in terms of defensive. Wow.
Really?
Defensive wise, we are talking.
So you don't think Dexter's a good defender?
He's a good defender, but Latibody is a better defender. May I say it, he's a better defender.
Whoa.
Not do that to Mr. Manning, man.
That's right.
Mr. Latibody is a better.
You believe that Latibody would play a better right back than Dexter?
As a defender, but maybe going forward more
but you can't play. No, you have to make it. You have to make it, You have to make it.
No, man, as defend
bless up, Father.
Is good at.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, but for the serious level, you have some right back basically attacking, and you have some right back basically defensive. If want me can sure Latibody do a good job at defending, you know. But in terms of going forward, obviously maybe that would be an issue still. You know,
but what I'm saying that go ahead. What I am saying is that we don't have an issue with Dexter going forward, and we don't have an issue with him.
Yeah, man, but injured, come on, we need.
No, man. Totally, we went past. Of course, we need more players. We're not talking. No. That's a different thing. What you said is that if you're playing a back 4, you'd rather use Latibody as your right back over Dexter because he's better defensively.
Yeah,
I don't agree with that because players are 2 ways.
You don't agree?
So if he's a better defender, because if you're playing a back 4, you're gonna want the person to go forward as well.
Yeah, but now, for example, BLA would have play well with Latibody here. Meaning, Latibody here now go maybe come up regularly. So now go left a lot of work for maybe a BLA or even Bobby Reid. You know, so now the system of play.
But Bobby Reid and Dexter play. But Bobby Reid and Dexter play most times and they play well together. I don't understand what you say still, but I hear your point.
Well, but Bobby Reid have to come back a lot, like, you know. I guess so, Mr. Latibody here, Dexter to go up and whatever, overlap and whatever. But when I say Latibody that fit well with Leon Bailey if we play a 4-4-2. But I think we move away from that. All right, so the question I have to ask you believe we should move away from the 4-4-2 and play 3 at the back, right?
I think you have to play tournament. I think based on the scouting reports, you have to determine who you play because we are playing Dominican Republic. I think after you scout, you can determine if a 4-3-3 works better, a 4-4-2 works better, or a 3-4-3 works better. Yeah. Because it depends on who you play. Why we are gonna play with a back 5 when we are playing against Dominica? No,
at least
So it depends on who you're playing.
No, man, you still can't play a back 3. You know why? For example, Bobby Reid. Yeah, we could have make Bobby Reid play a wide wing back as a very attacking, you know. on the right instead of using a Dexter over there. But if it's a strong team now,
why it sound like you want Dexter bench?
No, it's not. No, Bobby.
No, but every time a Dexter give me a call for get drop out of the team. Me don't understand.
No, because I show a big example. I say Bobby Reed can play right wing back, but would you trust him to play right wing back against maybe a US or a Mexico team? Would you play him? But if you play a Barbados or one of those teams, would I say play 3 at the back and play a Bobby Reed as a right wing back?
But you could play 4-3-3 with your 2 wing backs going forward, right? You have one CDM with 2 a box to box and a number 10, and you have a right wing, a left wing, and a center forward. That's good enough.
Yeah, but I think we say so our question. Well, first, if you have so the second currently over the year so at least 4 at the back right now. So you have not so 3 at the back is basically the answer that would be a secondary playing like Jamaica.
Yeah,
your first.
What I'm saying.
First option
What I'm saying is that if I'm going to play 3 at the back, it does what I am saying to you, it is speaking about my opponent. It is also an indication of who my opponent is. That means when I played 3 at the back, what work was having Dexter and what's his name, Greg Lee as the outside defenders when we are defending, because it shifts into a 5. Why would I change that? Because the reason why I change the formation is because of the opponent and availability of players. If all the players, if you're Leon Bailey, say a Mason Greenwood, a Mikel Antonio, a Demarai Gray, all of the players are available. Amari Bell, Eason Pinnock. If all the players are available, then it gives me more flexibility in playing the 4-3-3, which gives me an opportunity to attack more. Why am I going to play a defensive kind of system structure against Dominic and those teams? Why should I have to find a way to get Leon Bailey, Mikel Antonio, Demarai Gray, Bobby Reed? I have to get all of those guys on the field. I have to find a formation that plug them in.
Yeah, but all right. So we have to over the years now, we play 4 at the back against US, even up to last year, right? How we look? Like we not look so good. But we look good. Cause this game, I think we look better. Like even though we lose, I think we perform well. Even with Ethan Pinnock at the back 4, we have a better defenders. But I think the 3 at the back,
we performed well or we defended well.
Yeah, fit way. Yeah. We defended well.
All right. So
we perform well too.
Here's my point, right?
Against Panama, where we always play back, we go Panama, we always lose, right?
Yeah.
Even though we draw the game in the last World Cup, I think we draw that last game 3-3.
You sure it was 3-2?
We look like 3. Same thing when they lose. We lose, right? Or win?
I think we lost 3-2.
I think we lose, 3-2. But people also score a lot of goals and whatever, but we lost the game. We look attacking at John Bond, We look attacking and everybody so like we turn the you know. But in that game, it look like every minute we maybe could have concede a goal or something. I don't too feel the vibes when you go and grim a coach, like, you know? You
don't feel the vibes when the coach steadily you're gone all over the place now.
No, when I say when grim, you can't see tactics. What I try to say, grim, unless maybe we still have problems where people are score late, like when we soon go half time or when we just come off after, we still have them look collapse. But the coach, you can't see him as coach or strategy. Defensive is a defensive minded coach, will say it already, but I think we look good in the Nation League and we look good.
We look good, so but you have to qualify your statement though. No, Teddy, we look good defensively.
We still are going 3 at the back. Yeah, defensively. We have to start.
Yeah, but Teddy, could it also be true?
Defensive tournament, right? Yeah.
Could it also be true that if you had a Eason Pinnock and a Greg and a Amari Bell you would not
They
necessarily.
would win the tournament.
No, Lord of mercy.
win.
We have me finish now, man. Me not.
No, that exterior. If
No.
we have them, would win the car.
No,
Would have
I'm not making that. Let me make the point I'm making. Could it be?
Yeah, would I saw that win?
Could it? Could it be that because you had two of what you'd call starting defenders out, you had Mikel Antonio out, you had Leon Bailey, you had Shamar Nicholson, all of those players were out. Could it be for that reason why greater consideration was also given to using that so you can be stronger with three defenders? Because maybe if you had an Eastern Pinnock, what it would do is give you more solidity with two defenders, so you wouldn't have to have a third one, which allows you now to put one more attacking player on the field. The point I'm making, if we say, as an example, Lewis Baker is as good as we are talking him to be, if he sits in,
he's good, man.
So if he sits in that CDM, just hypothetically speaking, you have your Eastern Pinnock, you have your Amari Bell at full fitness, though I don't think he'll be ready because of his surgery, right? But you have all the defenders, your Lowe, your Bernard, all of these guys. Why wouldn't you play a back four? Because now you have a good CDM, right? It allows you to use whomever else, KC Palmer, whoever, who gives you more creativity in the midfield, and then you can throw on your Mikel Antonio, your Shamar Nicholson, your Bobby Reed, your Demarai Gray, and if you have a Mason, because if you have those players in Teddy Lee, the team you're playing against is going to be forced to defend as well, which means that your defense will be under less pressure. Because I can tell you this, if you have Demarai Gray, Mason Greenwood, Leon Bailey, Mikel Antonio, Shamar Nicholson on a field, you're already creating at their best. You're already creating a lot of problems for the defenders.
So basically, you're putting open one CDM, because we are talking about one. In this situation, one CDM.
No,
so
what?
Play one CDM and two number 8.
No,
we just use the system.
No, what I am saying. What
your system would
what I am saying is that if our offensive player, when they step onto the field, are at the top of their game, it's going to force our opponents to defend. Which means you don't have to have three central midfield defenders plus 2 defending wing backs. That is the point I'm making.
Yeah, but we understand, but sometimes you could play 3-5-2, you know, have to be 5-3, you know? Because your wing backs them can be very attacking too.
Yeah, but when you do that, what I'm saying.
But when you play that, you have to have 2 solid CDM to cover when the right back or left back.
But Teddy Lee, what I'm saying, you know the reason why they're saying that Arsenal look better? Because many people are saying that Arsenal should play 3 centre back. You know what Arsenal did? They got Declan Rice to sit in front of those 2 centre backs and look how better the team has played. What I'm saying that if you get a good CDM, the option of 3 at the back is not really necessary. So if he's as good as he is and he comes and sits as a CDM, I am saying that now you can put Bobby Reed for play inside there, which now opens up your wing positions for more players. That's all I'm saying. You have greater options.
So Bobby Reed and Wood and go there.
Teddy Lee, me now pick the side. Yeah, Teddy Lee, it look like you try
to get... we are ours because remember, Bobby Reed, we have to...
But yeah, sound like you want me pick side. You say, boy, man is man, pick
side. No, we have to, no, man, it's not no picking side, no. The system, like, I'm not Baker.
Here's what I'm saying.
We have to have some at least person who are energetic and can tackle and everything. So in front time.
So Bobby Reed can tackle. I'm just saying that. Bobby Reed can play inside that place, there. So you can leave your wings for the Mason Greenwood or the Demarai Gray, those guys are the Omari Hutchinsons and the Leon Baileys and all of those guys. And your Mikel Antonio and your Shamar Nicholson are up front.
Yeah, you have a point there, but the back 3 look all right. So question, if I use the back 4, then who would be your first choice pairing? Can we have to ask that? we have a lot of centre backs, you know. So
we'd have to wait and see what isn't the farm. The coach have the good thing is that the coach have a lot of choices.
So the coach, we have the fans like me, so, that pick Pinnock and Low. Others that pick Pinnock and Bernard.
No. So you'd pick. Yeah. That's a good choice. Low and Pinnock.
Pinnock and Low.
Yeah, Low and Pinnock is the same as Pinnock and Low, you know.
So I really bench it, I really like, and that's the thing, like Bernard, like as a young player.
No. This is the issue I have with you when you talk to the league. Hold on. You just said. Hold on.
I'm not saying I really bench Low. For example,
tell the league.
You know, so it's like,
Tell the league.
You have to get bench. What I say, for play straight arm toward the back, one of our good players might get bench. That's the reality.
Tell the league. You said. You would pick Low and Pinnock, right?
And then the comment section, I gotta say, yeah. Then I really bench Bernard,
Yeah, but that is your choice. I
really bench Hector where get player of the tournament, you know. So you're gonna hear them argument there.
Yeah, that is your
really
choice.
Bench Dexter Lembest Kiste where get player of the tournament.
Who's you no
back four.
So your back four would be Low and Pinnock.
Maribel,
Amaribel will not be available. Amaribel is
no. We are talking about best.
Okay,
no,
best.
Overall.
So Teddy Lee. You have to make it 2 hour talking.
Amaribel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go ahead, Teddy Lee.
Yeah, man, I listen. Go ahead, man. Yeah.
Go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead. Let me
so my back four would be Amaribel left back, Lachibodier, and Pinnock and Low.
Yeah.
That's so, yeah. I don't know Blake in the goal, the captain, yeah.
Right. All right, go ahead and pick a midfield now. Assume that Lewis Baker is a part of it.
Yeah.
Assume that Lewis Baker is a part of it.
Alright, so Lewis Baker is the number 6.
Yeah.
Bobby Reid, play him as a number 8.
You're playing Bobby Reid as a number 8, yeah.
I'm gonna bring back, number 8. Bring back Ravel Morris as a number 8.
So you play 2 number 8.
Ravel number 8 now you was instead of I'm not play with the number 10.
Okay.
But 2 of them can play as a 10, but yeah. So Lewis Baker can go forward, but Team Road just to sit and anchor the midfield.
Okay.
So Ravel Morris and Bobby Reid in front time, them do the whatever, the energetic and whatever. But right now, Leon Bailey, them are great on the left. And front up to where say if Greenwood come?
Yeah, go ahead. So Greenwood, you have Shamar Nicholson, Devante Cole, Greenwood, Mikel Anthony.
Shamar Nicholson,
so you have.
One of them three, but I think.
No, man.
I think Shamar current,
Who you picking, Teddy Lee?
But one of them are play the number 9 role. One of them are play
pick one, Teddy Lee.
So Greenwood, we don't get Green.
So
Greenwood.
So you are benching Shamar Nicholson. You are benching Mikel Antonio. You are benching Devante Cole. You're benching Omari Hutchinson. All right. You're benching KC Palmer. You're benching Dexter Lembikis.
All right.
Yeah. And you are playing Bobby Reid as a number 8.
I'm gonna bench Bernard. Yeah.
You bench Bernard and you bench Hector.
My Ravel. Yeah.
Okay.
I bench Greg Lee.
Yeah, bench Greg
Lee. Our second level looks strong too. So, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Then after Blake. No, Blake not for the who don't get Blake? Who our second? We also our second string keeper now.
Jamali Wade.
Anybody up to grab?
Jamali Wade.
Yeah. So we are bench Wade too. Yeah. Wait I get bench. That's all. But it's a good team that we put name or maybe Bobby. I know people are concerned now. Ravel not the farm now. But me I say if
and say you're mad like Shad.
Who name Shad? Shad who that again? Remember a long time I'm not there around. Who name Shad again?
You know where your people say you're mad like Shad?
So I don't know, Shad. We have to go research on that. Jamaica saying our overall.
unseen saying.
Oh, I think I don't know, you know. But anyway, I better you say me mad like LA or something. LA Lewis or I don't know. What people, you know.
Alright,
Anyway, by the way, no disrespect to LA, I'm just saying, you know. Yeah. But we leave in that. But what I say is not as strong as how I use your formation, no,
No, you're not using
back three with
no. Alright, so Teddy Lee. No. Alright, you see what make it talk. Use the formation that you want to use and pick your team, Teddy Lee.
Oh,
no, yeah.
I use my back. Alright, so
yeah.
So basically, low, Pinnock and Bernard, now the back three.
Yeah.
I don't know what I use on the right, Mr. Dexter, I'm gonna give him it.
So yeah, bench Latibodir, who you say is your best defender.
Yeah,
I say it's gonna
say. No, in that system that we attacking, yes, the wing back now play Mr. Dexter over there.
So hold on. Out of Bernard and Latibodir, who is a better defender?
You know, some I give the tour currently now give Mr. Bernard it. I know Latibodir good at centre back and who are questioning what you think who is a better?
No, may I ask you? May I ask you, man?
All right. In my position, alright, so may I give Mr. Bernard.
Okay. All right.
His speed and him height. Yes, so you know, so something there fast, but I give something there based on him temperament and him height too.
Okay.
So we have 3 towers at the back when you play a lower, a Bernard and a Pinnock. 3 very tall persons, you know. That is my reason. I guess everybody can, but 3 of them I put.
So you have your box 3 is East and Pinnock, Damian Lowe, and
Bernard.
And then you have Dexter.
As the number 3.
You have Dexter on one side, and you have Bell. So you use 5 defender.
Yeah, man, I don't know use. No, midfield 3 midfield would be 3 or 4. So I use Mr. Mande Baker for sit.
So okay. So you have 5 defender, a goalkeeper, and then Lewis Baker. All right, so that are 7.
Yeah, man,
7 that. Yeah, 4 more players now.
Yeah, man, now this system Baker can play as a number 8.
No, are you a pick aside?
So him,
go ahead.
Man, so him would be there. Ravel Morrison.
Okay.
Yeah, man, Ravel Morrison.
So Ravel Morrison, yeah. Yeah.
And then would I make them are agree sit down in front of them.
Them are agree. I play in the 10. Okay.
Yeah, man, 10.
So 6, 7, 8.
Any other,
Okay. Then Leon Bailey.
Leon Bailey and Greenwood up front,
Also Mikel Antonio and bench.
No, no. Pass alright, so one person to play. Either Greenwood or Mikel Antonio or Shaman Nichols. So one of them have so I just say go. But Leon Bailey have to do up front still. I kill the Leon Bailey based on farm and those things. More do a benching. But some people that argue that put Mikel Antonio and Greenwood are Greenwood and
I hear team still.
Yes, I'm my team, but a reality we have to go off a reality sometimes. Reality is that Bailey would have to be up front with Greenwood, so it's a reality. So even though I'm my team, a reality still, you know.
Okay.
It's reality. I don't believe that.
Which one of those forwards?
Yeah.
Which one of those forwards? No. Teddy Lee, why not let people ask a question before you answer?
All right, go ahead. Yeah.
Which one of those forwards do you believe can win when the ball is played in the air? That will win headers for the team?
Sometimes we don't have to play the side as a winning header. Sometimes we just can have an attacking front line, right?
Yeah, but having a person who can win the ball in the air is still an attacking front line. Are we there, coach?
Yeah, man, but no, he's not a coach. Remember, I'm not a coach, but I just common sense. So now we can use a team where them not have to be robust and We don't have to have a team with a Mikel Antonio or we have to be robust and hold up play and, you know, the Marlon Key type of foul. I like him type of foul, number 9. But sometimes Barcelona and those team shows say sometimes we don't have to have one of them robust number 9 that hold up no play, right?
Okay.
Can play a false 9 or whatever, you know.
Oh, okay. All right.
Even Messi play as number 9 at the pass, right?
Okay. Okay.
But that's ask, you know, Messi play as number 9.
You're asking me if Messi played a number 9?
Number 9
a false 9?
If him ever play, no. Yeah, whatever, yeah.
No, I don't remember Messi playing as a false 9 still. I could be wrong, I don't know, yeah.
Yeah, man, somebody will comment in he must play a game as a number.
That man got
he must play a game as a number.
Anyway,
we have to play, you know.
We have the man who was
so we listen to some other
man.
Other callers them so where the mad Teddy Lee talk about, but I think my back 3 or back 2 would be alright, you know.
Teddy is either a back 3 or a back 2. Me have to start call you back 3 now.
A back 3 me I go with.
Yeah, man. You know name. We're gonna stop calling you Teddy Lee Gray. Your name back 3.
No, not do that. No, not do that. No.
Your name back 3.
Don't bring out the, you know.
All right, yeah.
No, you have to have back 3 or back 4 or whatever, you know. Or 4 at the back. Or 4 at the back or 3 at the back. Whatever
all right,
you call it.
So we're going to start calling 3 at the back, boss. All right, cool. All right, bless up, Teddy Lee. Respect.
Bless up, here.
Yeah. Unseen. What do you say about that now?
I feel madness, man. I tell you, attack. Pure madness. Anyway, big up to the people in the comment section. Respect management. Give me the time to come on the platform. You understand? Big bad, I am sure sports in the building, people. Yeah, but you know, I hear some whole heap of mix up thing or whatever. I don't know even the best player, Jamaican start and Hector, be pure madness. You understand me? I say, but management. I think the back 3 though, the back 3 system. Well, I say I'll give him to start to use now. It look good. Also we'll see my try to make the team start use the ball more and not kick away the ball a lot. You know, the long ball. I try minimize on the long ball because if you do the statistics, you go up on sofa scoring, you look at when Jamaica lose games, you look at when we draw games, and most of the time a pure long ball we play. Lose the ball because of the long ball thing, and then when you look at when we win, the statistics shows the long ball is down, you know. You know
that the goal that Jamaica scored against Panama is a long ball.
No, up on the ground.
No,
pass on the ground.
So hold on. Oh, okay. Oh,
I mean long ball.
Hold on. Hold on, man. You said that we play a long ball. Yeah. Hector stay in a film half and play the ball on the edge of the 18 of the next half. That's
edge 18. Stop it. Edge 18. Go for 18 yards back there.
What? Hector stayed in his half.
And when he the edge of the 18?
When he passed the ball, it was close to the edge of the 18, was it? That's what I say? Almost the 18?
No, it can't almost. The good distance away from the 18 yard.
Unseen. The man was just...
You were there the match.
Unseen. The man was just inside the D, unseen. If you look at the D, that is on top of the 18, he was just in there. What are you talking about? And Hector passed the ball. What do you mean the ball passed on the ground? The ball was not passed on the ground unseen.
Oh boy. I really don't still know because maybe you zoom up, the thing zoom up in front of you still. No.
So, I don't understand what you're saying.
Maybe the thing zoom up in front of you. But when I say the point of the story is, you don't want to steer management.
You have long pass on the ground and you have long pass in the air.
So that's why I have a breakdown to you now what I mean. You understand me saying now? I'll be able to understand. I tell you what I mean.
Okay.
All right. So I talk most of the time the ball will go over the air. Let's be specific with you now because they're going to tear down everything. All right. So the ball will pass on the ground directly to somebody, breaking the lines. Those are the passes that I like to see. The long balls where 3-4 man tackle Mark Bowser and Antonio and them man when we are playing. I like them. Them not going away. You understand me? And most of the time I didn't ball we are play. So that's what that me I try to explain. You may not agree, but about me 60. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, other people see it too.
All right. I'm trying to. So what you're saying, you want the team to play the ball on the ground,
Correct.
right?
Right.
So you want the team to play the ball on the ground, even if it is over a long distance. Play it on the ground.
To the target.
To the target.
Correct.
All right. So unseen, maybe you don't have a problem with the length of the pass,
So
but
all right.
hold on. But the accuracy of the pass. So if all of those passes were accurate, would you still have a problem?
No, if it is accurate. No,
Okay.
we're not accurate.
All right. So therefore, your issue is not with the length of the passes.
Correct.
It is with the accuracy of the passes.
Correct.
And whether or not when the player gets the ball, he has enough support around him.
Correct.
No more, make sure. I don't want kind of.
Correct.
Okay. So, whenever you come on, I think the idea that you always come with is that we play too much long ball.
No, I'm saying, all right. You see, you don't
what we need to say.
It's a gesture, you do long ball and go. So I think you understand what I mean, like, going in the ear. And when I thought, all right, so I'm going to be specific now so people can understand. We're going in the ear and you have 3, 4, 5 persons around the forward and I mark the forward and we can't get the ball. Even the second ball we can't get. And we are playing in the ear. You understand me? I don't like that. And Jamaica play a lot of that.
No. So what we need to do then, what we need to talk about then, Unseen, is not the length of the pass. Because if when the pass is played, so we need to talk about pass selection,
right,
and passing accuracy.
All right, because
so if buzzer is marked by, according to you, 3 defenders, then that cannot be the pass that we make.
Yeah, but we always do that.
So what we need to talk about is just how the players are thinking the game, the decision.
I don't know. I don't know because, whenever you hear algorithms to come on the platform, they say that, all right, so next game you'll try to focus more on ball retention, position type football, and then the game before you see a lot of those type of plays. So I think maybe in my estimation, I think the tactics is coming from the coach. I don't know. I'm just saying.
All right. What I'm saying, Unseen, is that
direct most of the time. Don't try to bypass.
So no, that's a different. You see, this is the issue now.
Use the ear.
All right. So what you would prefer if the team don't be direct, but build up the ball
in the ear, direct in the ear a lot. All right. Put it on the ground and try to find the target. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, all right. So let me ask you this. Let's hear what I'm saying, Unseen. Because we're trying to get somewhere.
Yeah, we're trying to get somewhere.
What we need to do then, what you want to see is ball retention. The probability of retaining the ball for long periods of time when you kick it from the edge of the 18, your 18, to the other side of the field, most times that's not going to work. So the best way of ball retention, right? For ball retention is to build out from the back. I want you to watch the Panama game again. That every goal kick that Jamaica got in the Panama game, the ball was built out from the back.
So that's what I'm saying. The Panama, I said it before, and I said the Panama game look different. We look like we can move the ball from each third, progress the ball, on the floor.
But Unseen, you know that the amount of pass and pass completion was similar to the US game.
I don't know. Maybe so fast for give me a different thing. I'm gonna check it again. I don't want to like.
All right. So let me give it because we can find
it. Use? Because each of them have some different matrix.
Unseen. All right. So let me tell you what I have in front of me. Hold on. It's not similar in terms of being the same, but not far apart. Versus Jamaica, all right? So let's look, all right? Panama versus Jamaica. All right, so the stats, right? 38% possession. Panama had way more passes than us. 552 to our 344. Their passing accuracy was 84% to ours 74. All right. So Jamaica, USA versus Jamaica. All right. You remember the stats, right?
No, write it down.
72, 22, 88, 57, 941 to 262. All right. So in the Panama game, a lot of the play were built out. But also, do you know when you build from the back unseen, you always have what they call an out ball. Meaning, if the team presses you, you have that is what Arsenal does. It's a pass that you make to beat the press. So people ask, for example, about Kai Havertz. Right? I'm going to tell you who does it again. Liverpool always has that out ball, especially when they play Darwin Núñez. Or they play to Van Dijk, who play the long diagonal. Because while you build out at the back, when you're playing like a team like City in the Premier League, they're going to press you. And one of the ways of beating the press is to play the ball over the top. That pass, however, must be accurate.
That's what I'm saying. We're not getting it accurate.
So that's what I'm saying. The emphasis must be not the fact that they're playing the ball over the top to beat a press, but that the passes need to be accurate. That's what we're saying, you know. The passes need to be accurate.
So I want to use the statistics from Sofa Score Management.
Yeah,
I'm going to ask you and the panelists if this is close to the first game from the Panama game. All right?
Yeah.
Because we don't understand, right? Anyway, let me say it. It's about 5.
Mm-hmm.
This is from Sofa Scores. Anybody can check it. You understand me? So in the US game, Jamaica made 262 passes. Correct?
Yeah, let me just tell you, unseen.
All right.
And let me just tell you,
151 pass was completed, right? So that's a 58% passing accuracy.
So let me just tell you, 57%.
58%. All right. Now, in the Panama game, Jamaica made 552 passes. 468 was accurate, and that's an 85% average. So the question is, man, isn't that a way that a big difference from the two games?
In terms of course, there were, but I did tell you that Jamaica were building the ball from the back, but they did play it over the top. Also remember, unseen. All right. Also remember, for majority of that game. All right. So what you need to check now, check the passes that the USA made. How many of those passes were made in their own half? Because remember, part of the issue that the commentators had with the USA, that the Jamaica team never pressed them for the most part. So they made a lot of passes. So what you need to check is passes in your own halves.
I don't think I'm not
so
seeing.
So score has that. And you, while I like what, because remember, USA pass amount would have increased as well because the game goes into extra time. It went into extra time when the Jamaicans were very weary in terms of their legs. So what I believe is that our passing accuracy needs to be better, and the decision in the pass that is made and what happened to the person who receives that pass. In other words, I agree with you that if 3 players are marking 1 player, then we have to look for an out ball. Correct. I agree with that. I agree with just like how Hector got that pass right to Dexter, there are other opportunities that we may have had in other games that because the pass was not accurate, we missed the opportunity. But this idea that playing the ball over a long distance is not the best way to play is not true. David Beckham used to do that regularly at Manchester United and for England. But the passes were accurate, and when they were collected by the players, they came to something.
All right, man, I have next statistics I want to share. I want to compare the difference with the persons in the comments.
You have to also bear in mind, unseen, that the USA game went into extra time.
Yeah, we're talking about the all right, that's true. But let's look at the long balls, man. All right, whether it is on the ground or in the air, correct? So in the USA game, we made 61 attempts of the long ball. All right.
Yeah, because USA was pressing Jamaica.
No, in the USA game, we made 84 attempts at the long ball. All right, 84 attempts. Sorry, USA game. 84 attempts. And 25 of them was, 25 of them connect. 25. So that's 30%.
Which is what we're saying, that accurate. The passes need to be accurate.
No, bear
in mind, unseen, that in that first game, you must remember that normally when we play the long ball or the long pass, we normally have a Mikel or a Shamar Nicholson. In that game, you didn't have any of those point persons, but you were being pressed. You had like Cephas and Jamal Lowe, who are really wingers. So you have to also look at the composition of the team. Well, I understand what you're saying, but check the composition of the team.
Man, the point I'm making is that, the coach. I'm saying that the coach, not because we're not the players. The players, I think the players can use the ball more, and I think the coaches who determine what style of play you want to go on the pitch and play. I think him can play that build-up play from the back through the different thirds. I think him can play the direct.
Obviously, he can unseen. He did unseen. But I am saying to you, he didn't employ that strategy in the US game. He employed it in the Panama game. So that has so what the point I am making is that the team can do it, but not against every opponent.
So let me ask you a question, because we hear the coach talk about Panama, like Panama even bigger than USA in terms of how they play the football. So in other words,
explain that to me. No, explain that to me. You said the coach spoke.
No, when him doing press conference, him talk highly about Panama in terms of
but
how
he
Panama
spoke highly of US.
In always different.
Panama is ranked. Panama in the FIFA ranking is the third highest ranked CONCACAF nation, higher than Canada.
I'm hearing man. Let's say something else, no? I understand what you're saying. I'm gonna say the coach now do a good job. I'm gonna say now for come on, me so hard. All right. So calm down. Calm down. What I am saying is that the coach speaks highly of Panama whenever he talks about Panama, right? So I am saying, in other words, he look like he never respect Panama in a way. He just go up there and say, all right, we are come for this today. And we are going to attack. While a USA team, him play defensive and draw back. So, we try to understand the variables we use, But a coach have them way them put information out there to trick people still. You know what I mean?
All right. So I'm seeing, if you're a coach, right? All right, this is a good point as well. This is a good point. We scored very early in the USA game. That might have contributed to how we played after we scored Panama and the US. Two different games, all right? So let me say this, Unseen. I hear what you just said. So, if you are the coach at Jamaica and you are going to play you're going to play Trinidad, right? And you're going to play USA. All right, wouldn't you think about going into the the Brazil game with a stronger defensive mindset, and when you go to play Trinidad, because of history and frequency of playing them, you think we can get a win here, so you go more offensive? Isn't that the logical thinking of a coach? Like how Arteta went to City and Arsenal played a deeper line defensively to the point where people said the game was boring, but when they played Luton, they were on the attack. What is wrong with that?
No, nothing is wrong with that, man. But
So
what is wrong? What is wrong is when the defenders, there is no outlet. All right, so yeah, there's no outlet. All right, all players are defending. That is wrong. When you have in the USA game, when you have Cephas at defend and there's no outlet, say if we lick the ball long in the air, so we kick a hopeful ball. There's no Jamaican there to put pressure on the back line to try to see if we could get a 1v1 or go straight after the goal. That is my issue. And if you watch the game on his
there's no Jamaican to do what?
No outlet. So when we get the ball, it just comes back right that way.
All right. No, do you know that it was an outlet that Cephas got that goal to score?
What?
The ball that Cephas got to score was a ball that was played out.
Played out, and the defender made a blunder. Continue.
But yes, so Cephas got it. So there was an outlet.
Man, come on, man. That is come like yeah.
I'm going to give you others. Do you remember when we drew 2-2 in Mexico? How we scored?
Oh, we scored in Mexico.
You don't remember that the ball was played long?
Bobby Reed kicking at the goal?
You don't remember that was a long ball played from defense to Bowser, who played it on.
So that's what I'm saying, man. But with a team like Mexico, most of the time our forward will win those headers when they're under pressure. Even though that was a long ball, that can't work with somebody. That can't work with some of the team that we play against. No, USA defenders, right. USA defense to me is horrible, in my opinion.
Anyways, we have Unseen. Just take a little time. Cause maybe have a point, but right now.
But there were no outlet monies, man. If you go back and watch the game, then I'll come down to the
hold on, Unseen. We have a call at the line, Unseen. Hold on.
The two chances then where your ball against Cephas, where you ball side and then get him chance, and he did okay. A two ball go over the top when we are defending and we try to catch him for the counter. So what you're saying is a lie. There are outlet there for the forward to receive the ball. That's how he got those two chances.
Yeah, that
I remember.
Unseen. The caller is asking if you remember that two.
I remember the first chance that Cephas got, where him should kick the ball at the goal, where that ball we were playing the ball coming up. Right?
No,
that was the long ball coming up. The first one when we get the ball out wide.
Unseen. Let me tell you how the first goal. Let me tell you how the
defenders.
Unseen. Unseen. Let me tell you how even the goal against USA. A long ball was played down. It went out for a throw. The throw was taken to Bobby Reed, who turned the defender, played it over, and Greg Lee headed it. You know that, but it was from an initial long ball. So there were outlets. Demarai Gray. Let me give you a next one. And Greg Lee played a long ball over the top to Demarai Gray, and he went, I think, against the Panama game, and he tried to play. He beat the defender on a one-on-one or a couple of them and played it in, and it went out for a corner. So there are outlets. I'm going to give you others. When we played in Trinidad against Haiti, a couple of long balls were played to Leon Bailey, who volleyed it. 2 times he made the pass, volley pass, all the way over to the other side of the field, to Demarai Gray once. All the way. Remember, and people are saying, what a pass. Wham! Volley. Because they move it from one side to the other side. The only difference is that the pass is connected and the chances were converted.
Man,
excuse me.
I'm a virgin, man. He just want to be different, man. And him going to stop at nothing to be different.
When we have
Yeah, my virgin man.
Yeah. Talk to him.
But unseen, man, all when we play good unseen, I go find something wrong in everything. And management, the way our team set up, we don't have them skillful midfielder who can hold on the ball and out-possess the stronger team in CONCACAF. So we have to play to the player them we have, and until we get the midfielder them where we know can hold on the ball, then we'll start like out-possess. But for right now, we have to go along with what we have and do the best with what we have until
we get the proper
change.
personnel, yeah.
Right. All right, then respect here.
Yeah, man. Respect the Bob, long time.
Yeah, man, me there, man.
All right. Marlon has joined the show. Marlon, talk to Unseen for me. We just look at this. What's going on? Good afternoon. I think Unseen has a point, you know. But I think the point is more, we need to have more accurate passes and make better decisions when we are playing those balls long. Because when you lose them, you're just going to defend.
One thing you know when a man is man. So me I watch game, most of the time I need to watch along, you know, because I want to sit and write down things and all right. Maybe I said there were no outlet, none at all. But what I should say is that majority of the times, you know, our outlet like CFAS was defending, right? That I should say. So I'm correct myself now. So people can understand what I say. So I'm not saying that CFAS never get ball off a long ball, you know, and stuff like that, out of the box, so we're defending. But majority of the time we were defending and in the latter part of the game we need, you know, an outlet and the ball just keep on going this way and coming back. You understand me? So I think I correct myself now.
Unseen, you know that check the amount of passes that Van Dijk will make and Trent will make, diagonal passes. More you understand me, Unseen? Long passes. Sometimes, listen, one of the things that Van Dijk used to do to kill Arsenal is that they would drag Arsenal and then he would hit the long diagonals to Mane or Salah. Or when Van Dijk is not making that pass from the left side of defense to the other side, they go across to Trent, and Trent make the same long pass and catch the Arsenal defenders. Those things look good when the pass is accurate and the player receiving the pass does something, just like in the days of Beckham. So all I'm saying, Unseen, is that where you're right is that because the passes are not accurate and the best decisions are not being made, then there is a problem. But there have been games when the team has built out from the back because they weren't being pressed. But when you're pressed, one of the options of beating the press is to play the ball over the top. That's all I'm saying. But when you're being, so that's what I say.
Mm-hmm.
But the pass have to be accurate. East and Pinnock plays a lot of that. Brentford does a lot of that with Ivan Toney and Mboma and Wisa. They do that.
But we're gonna do that.
No, the passing accuracy needs to improve.
The
and
players are in position as well.
But
you're not in position.
Yeah, but you're not in position because if the long pass is bad, then you're going to be out of position.
No, but man is man. But you're telling me that. Pinnock, right? When under pressure, if he knows that, all right, say Leon Bailey will stay up there and stay on the line, that he won't try and at least 10 times more connect one.
But that happened. But I'm saying, all right, Marlon, talk to Unseen there.
Remember,
when he's, you know, me I say, see first in the game, I talk physical the game, right? Although him get two long ball player, one will come out wide, and one when, you know, the defender make mistake or we are open and play. Them type of goal look like we don't want to score. You understand me? Anyway, most part of the game, not Marlon, see first a drop and a defend. So when we get the ball for play to the outlet, him not in position, right? Easy for break down, easy for stop him, cynical fouls, and all them things there. I am saying nothing is wrong with going the game with defensive, but we're not supposed to look like we can't attack. We're not supposed to look like we can't go forward the ball on the counter. We're supposed to have a counter-attacking force.
Hey, let me tell you something. You know, Leon Bailey got the gash on his foot when he came. Same thing. What happened is that Aston Villa pushed up, a long ball was played over, he was tracking back, did a slight tackle, got it. Right? Because he had allowed, I think, the goal. So on the second one, he stopped. Because here's the truth unseen. A lot of times you suck teams in. When you set up now how the football is with playing the ball in the 18, you have a goalkeeper like Emi Martinez or David Raya or a centre back like Van Dijk, or you have those players. It allows you to be able to play the ball out and play it accurately so you can break the press. So I don't understand. But Marlon, go ahead.
All right, even alluded to Brentford. Brentford play a back three, right? But at the same time, when Pinnock Kerr or Ben May go for the long ball, there's always a player only to receive the ball. So it's totally different from when US was playing Jamaica. Jamaica was in a double deep block. Remember, everybody was in their half. So when you play the long ball up there, it's either gonna go to defender, go to the US defenders. So it's not like they're passing the ball to Cephas, because Cephas is not where Cephas is more down defending. Bobby Reid was more defending same way. So our players were in our half defending because we were under pressure from them.
Yeah. So different games require different strategy. Go ahead.
Look at this, because a lot of persons don't say, and we have to give them the respect. USA, when they come to pressing football, USA is up there in the top 5 in the world.
But that's what I'm telling Unseen.
Right?
I never tell him that they are in the top 5, but USA pressed, so we could not play the ball from the back. In the Panama game, we were able to. Because
look at the goal. Barry Reid came inside to give Dexter the outlet to go wide.
Exactly, sir.
And Hector come in midfield with the ball where he could make that pass. He attempted the pass before to Bobby Reid, which didn't come off. But because Panama doesn't press like how USA press, look at Mexico. USA press Mexico to Mexico like a normal team playing against USA.
Do you understand that Unseen? That the level of press that the USA was applying means that it was very difficult for Jamaica to play out from the back. Especially when we all admit that we don't have ball playing midfielders to even come and collect and take that ball and turn and move like the Parties and the Casemiros and the Declan Rice and the Rodriguez. We don't have that. We don't have even the goalkeepers with the skills like the Edison and the Allisons. It's USA that I mean Christian Pulisic, former Arsenal player. What's his name? The other one. Oh my God.
But man is
what's his name again? The four
Balogun I talking. But man is
Balogun, and then look at the 3 players they had up front.
So what man is look at Mexico midfield. Chavez is more technical than everybody in America team, right? Sanchez same way, Alvarez same way, and they press the hell out of the attack and straight to straight through the midfield.
Yeah,
so, we give them props. Then sure if I work up against England.
So what we should now look at and see is that will Jamaica do the same thing against the Dominican Republic? Because they didn't do it against Haiti in Trinidad. They didn't do it against Grenada. Jamaica didn't play long ball to beat Grenada. They played from the back and break the lines.
And what you understand, still, man, is Pinnock brings something different to the team, right? What Hector brings there, the calmness, composure, using the ball, right? If you realize against Panama, right? Panama give them more time on the ball around there. So Hector was okay with the ball, right? Lati is good with the ball there. Bernard was good with the ball because that high level of press that they will come over from they get from USA. Panama didn't give them that. So you have more time on the ball, more time to use the ball there, right? But we didn't have an out-and-out CDM midfielder, a man who can take the ball and control the ball, or a back-to-back midfielder to do that. And that's what we're lacking. Yeah. So we need somebody who can control the ball. Somebody can control the flow of the game, and we don't have that. And that's what Panama have with Kariski and Gadai.
There you go.
Even Martinez or Rodriguez come on to replace them. They can do that because that's the position they play. Because Panama are not using makeshift players to play a position.
I think una not get the point when I come with you. I think una can on this thing where I think so we have to play fancy flair type of football where we'll keep it on teams like USA. No, I'm not saying that. And I would be mad to say that, all right, Jamaica should have tried to go out full house attack or ultra attack against a USA team. You understand me? I think that we could play defensive, but we should have our plans where we're going in attack, where we don't, give away the ball for a length of time like that, especially when they would just dig out. So USA almost score, I would dig it was to kick the ball back to them again. And just, hope that them never score again. And I think that really cost us the game.
All right. All right, DJ Dean, you have some, let's just take a call and we'll come back to your point and see. Yeah, man, welcome to the show. We're having a lot of noise in the background.
Hold on one second. You hear me better now?
Yeah, man, loud and clear. Yes.
I'm on the road driving. Yeah, man, nice show, man, and welcome back. I'm get reason with you since you come back from your wonderful trip,
Yes, yeah, man, blessings every time. Yeah, man, I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. One of the things that we were discussing very heavily amongst the YouTube space in the transition from Mr. Whitmore and Paul Hall and who will be the next coach. Remember, one of the key things that we're always speaking about is a system.
Yeah.
Right? Do you see that we have a system now?
Definitely. A system right, so that depending on who you're playing, you make adjustments.
Right. There you go. Because even Algrimson on several occasions have mentioned that he cannot say have a system per se like how we want an identity like this we play every time we play. The man simply says it depends on who we're playing against. He has various methods and who we have to play with. Right? Because he said one of the things he has a struggle with is who's coming off the plane. So he wouldn't even know how to set up certain things based upon the personnel that he has available. And again, he has to set up his team against the opponents that he has. So if we play 3 games, we might have 3 different, systems or method of playing that opponent. See it. So sometimes the outlet pass work, I'm here and see that about the long pass, them over the top and stuff like that, which we're known for. But one of the things is that we don't have the accurate passing. We don't have that accuracy without Pinnock in the back. Damian Lowe is not an accurate passer of such. Hector has not been in the team in a long time, but I know that Hector is a better passer than the majority of the central defenders that we do have. Based upon his history of even playing in the CDM role as well, and certain other midfield roles that he would have played in his career. But we don't have a midfielder who can play with his back against the opponent's goal, collects the balls from the defenders, and then turn and look for that next outlet pass. We don't have that link-up here type of midfielder. See it. So I know that some of the names that have been suggested, likes of Louis Bake and such, are persons who could probably fill that role. But for Damian Lowe in that midfield role is not the one that's going to give us that option of that offensive threat now to turn and pass. So to break up play, yes, we'll get that from him. But on the offensive end, we're not going to get those qualities of passes. Yes, he will win the balls, but then we still don't end up with the qualities of passes that we would need efficiently enough and consistently enough to see the offensive side of the ball now, make those movements and, create enough chances then. So we break up the place.
Yeah.
See it. See it. So
and one of the things in the stats that I was saying to Unseen is that Jamaica lost the ball. At some point, the opponent going to get possession of the ball, Jamaica and the USA. The issue is USA had the ball for long periods of time. However, what you call those possession is wearing out possession. So what they were doing, like City does that a whole lot. So City will keep the ball for a very, very long time against a lot of teams, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they create many opportunities. But it wears you. It wears you down. So by the time we get to the 78th minute,
in their half.
So we watch the Jamaica versus USA game. How many opportunities did all their possession create?
Pure lateral passes from the back. play that are left to right and on the top of the key in the midfield. But many of their positions were not attacking our positions or moving forward or advancing with the ball. Most of their positions were in the back, in the midfield, because they were trying to break our defense and couldn't break it down. So those stats and the numbers in itself, does not give a true reflection of how the game actually went, in some regards. You can say a team who has the ball more likely created more chances, but there wasn't any chances that they created. Well, how many times Andre had to make a clinical save or something? Probably 2. Or 1 if not, if even got to 2. See it. Because they weren't creating those chances.
Yeah.
But we just definitely need to look at how the coach are doing thing really like how I'm doing thing. Study who he must study. He gives praises because one of the things he praises Panama for is that, and he clearly mentions it, the lack of resources that they have and what they have done with their program with the lack of resources. For them to be number 3 in CONCACAF says that, he speaks highly of what the coach has done. See it. I mean, like, Al Grimson, he's not afraid or ashamed to give props where props is due. He praises his opponent, the coaches and stuff that he has to play against. The El Salvador coach, same thing, and give respect where respect is due. Nothing is wrong with that. You just go on the field and you play and like we are enemies and you can't give a man a compliment and say, boy, you do a good job with what you have in a boss, man. Keep on doing what you're doing. Yeah. But we have to do what we have to do with what we have. See it. And that's how we have to decide and realize that, look here, as fans of the sport, yes, we would like to see our team play a particular way on a consistent level, but it's always going to depend on who we're playing against. As you mentioned a while ago, we can't play against the Dominican Republic in a stacked defensive. No, we need to start rack up some goals.
Exactly.
We need to find a way to get the offensive players we don't really back down from money goals just score. We just score goals non-stop.
Yeah.
You see it. So you're doing a good job. I mean, like how you use so much reference to Arsenal in the boss, man.
But brother, I say Liverpool me talk about. Me always use Van Dijk and Trent as a way of how Liverpool break the press with many teams and Alisson and City. You understand me? Unfortunately, I can't use a lot of Manchester United and Chelsea example. At least not this season. All right, best up.
Do your thing, sir. All right, bless up everybody.
Yeah, man. All right, yeah, man. So unseen. I think, like I'm saying, I think you have a point, but I think the point is more on the accuracy level, because again, and I will say this: USA man to man in the Nations League had better players than us. All right, so you want me to give you a good example, Unseen? Watch this. All right. I'll give you a next example or something. I'm going to show you. You remember that USA and Jamaica played in the Gold Cup, right? Which was what people say a CUSA side. All right? Do you know that Jamaica had a higher passing accuracy in that game? 63 to USA 81, right? Just like 16 more passes. Because, again, the game did not go into extra time. So they did like 16 more passes. And the possession is in the 20s in the Nations League. Jamaica possession is in the 30s, 32, which was really, when we play the better teams, that's probably your average possession, Every time we come up against the Mexico, the USA, and the tough teams. So the point I'm making that the quality of your opponent sometimes determine some of those things. Because sometimes, and you know this as a coach, Unseen, that what I say about defending when you don't have the ball, you can't defend where? You can't defend the entire field, right, Unseen? So you have to make up your mind. You
have to give up outside.
What are you going to give up? Are we going to press the USA and let them catch us on the counter with them Balogun and Christian Pulisic, leave all our wing backs one-on-one? Or do we sit like in low block and say, listen, let them keep the ball in them half?
Yeah, but man is man. I'm not debate that, I'm not debating that, That is not my people, I'm not debate that. So if your man is man to talk about it, that is not what I'm debating. I'm talking about, all right then, what are we going to do in attack when we get the ball?
Against who? That's what I'm saying. Against
USA.
who?
Against USA.
Against USA.
Against Mexico.
So,
against Panama. Against Costa Rica.
But let me give you this. So what I'm saying to you is that there is a clear. Tell me the last game that you have watched and seen where the Jamaican team has not scored. So obviously, and we have scored many goals the same way. So there is a plan.
In the Canada game, you know, man. In the Canada game, you know, based on the circumstances, I see Algrim do something where I said, Jano, you know, so the man a real coach. The man a general, you know. You know what? The man got no fear. And no fear at all in the Canada game. And they must say, you are going. And in that game, we were defensive, but we had outlets. We had outlets. If we lose, but
that is what I'm saying. But that's what we are saying to you unseen. But here's what happened. What I'm saying to you unseen. We played Grenada, scored 4 goals. For you, that amounts to nothing. Right? What you're saying is that you're going to use the USA game. That was a 1-1 game at 90 minutes. That is where you and I are have different things, different perspective. Carla, welcome to the show. Good afternoon.
Bless all the man name on the panel.
Yeah, man. We have Marlon and we have Unseen.
Marlon and Unseen. Blessings to the man, man.
Bless up.
Yeah, sometimes as Jamaican fans, we really don't know what we want, you know, I tell you the truth. Because, I mean, we want the full package. Of course, everybody wants the full package. Playing nicely, creating a lot of chances, scoring goals, winning tournaments. That is the ideal package. However, we can't do the ideal package at the moment. You see me? Unlike every team, I mean, most of the teams in a CONCACAF have a steady 23 or 25 man squad. We don't. Our one cut and change so often. Sometimes you don't know who you're going to get. You see me? You don't know who will come off of the plane sometimes. So even if you have patterns of play with certain players, it might turn up that another tournament you don't have the same players.
That's a good point, you know, because, you know, this is a good point because Jason, except for Balogun and a couple others, this USA team has been together for a while, you know. Same thing with the England team, you know. This England team, most of them did the Euros, did the World Cup now, you know.
Right. You have to play exceptional for you to get a chance to play. For you to get a call-up, you have to be playing exceptional. Otherwise, they keep the core. People complain all the time, say, so get a call, Henderson and Phillips. They are a core. They have been there for maybe 4 or 5 years. So there's not much to go through when these guys go to training, you know. They're not much. It is mostly just get your legs together and then do board work and stuff like that and get in the game. When it comes to Jamaica, we don't have what 4 months or 6 months like club teams. We don't. No. Hold on, boss. Let me finish. What I'm saying, you know, is because what you want to see sometimes will come under case, whereas the coach have more time on the training ground to perform these things, so you can do it, so you can execute in the game. We don't always have it. So really and truly, when a national team call up, our aim is to actually win games. You see me? That is the aim, you know, is to actually win games. However, we have to play how we can play to win the game. So you probably want us to say to play nicely. And really and truly, if you look at the thing, have we created chances when we played? Of course we created chances. Are we clinical enough? No, we are not. Because we get a chance to win the game against the US to go up 2-0, CFAS never finished a chance. Because if he had finished that chance, we wouldn't be talking about this. You get what I mean? So it's not like we haven't created. Just somewhere we haven't been clinical enough. Say that again.
People will still attack, even if we win.
I hear.
I said people will talk same way, even if we win. We score the chances.
But then what are we talking about then? Because we have created chances in every team we play.
Can I correct you on something? No, when you say I want us to play nicely, right? Right, you can play different. Nicely can be based on your objective, you know, or you want the team playing. Because nice, playing nice can vary, you know, whether you play direct or you play position nicely. You understand what I mean? Depending on the person, the coach or whoever watch the game. You get where I come from? But no, at no point in time, Ansi never come on the platform and say, yo, if we take the ball and make 300 passes at the back and make 400 passes at the midfield, and then, you understand me? No. I said, playing against USA with those scrap of players, right? Nothing is wrong going to play a defensive type of play. But when we are going in attack, we should show some form of, understanding of what we are going to do on the pitch when we're going in attack. We just give it the ball so after we defend. That can't be the way out. That's all I'm saying.
And I agree. I agree that it can be a case. Whereas as we get it, then we'll probably waste it. However, in that same game, we get the opportunity to kill them. In that same game. You get what I mean? I mean, the ways are probably not the best ways, but we get the opportunity to finish the game. You see, the ball, I really believe it was a pass to Cephas. It was a clearance. He gambled, and he came with the ball. However, never finished the ball.
Blunder.
Excuse me?
I said the defender made a big blunder. Defender.
I don't think he realized Cephas was coming.
Wasn't good enough. I think the defender wasn't good.
Unseen, but you are a coach, right? All right, Marlon, and you know this. If you're going into a game against, some coaches will say, listen, we're not going to make Messi kill us. Some coaches will say, listen, we're going to sit in a low block. Because you have to, when you assess your opponent, you have to know based on the personnel you have, whether or not. It's one thing to have an idea of what your ideal game is. But as you approach situation, there are moments even in a game, right? So when that game had 20 minutes against the USA, your strategy changes because now you have 20 minutes. So even during the games, there are different moments. Right before halftime, you're leading by one. You don't want to concede. At that point, your strategy changes. So while you may have been pressing with 3 or 5, you may get to a job of doing pressing with 2 because you want to sit back. The other thing is that at the end of the day, the coach's primary job is to qualify Jamaica for the World Cup. If he gets there playing ugly, gets there playing long ball, gets there playing short ball, gets there scoring buck-up goal, it don't matter. The accomplishment is the end to get to the World Cup. Because if he plays a particular way that we enjoy and don't qualify, we will not then say, well, at least the coach plays some quality ball with this team. He's going to get fired.
Because the objective is to qualify. Or the objective is to probably go semi-final, or the objective is to go finals. Yeah? And at the end of the day, he might have a game plan going up against the US. First of all, the US are play at home. You get what I mean? He probably think, say, yo, let's try and sit in a little and use the pace of Cephas and use the pace of the other guys. And probably Jamal Lowe, who is probably better with the ball than Cephas. Let's use these guys to see if we can at least get our first pass to be forward, and then our next pass has to be into the runners. Let's try that. And maybe he's thinking, let's approach the game in 15-minute stages. First 15 minutes, this is what we want to do. You get what I mean? Because really and truly, the game has split up in about 15 minutes for the first half. Let's try to approach it that way and see, and are we going to defend from our own half at the half line? Maybe that's the first objective. Defend from our own half from the half line. All right? If we get the 1-0, all right, let's see if we can push up a little bit more halfway, near half or something. That can be also the game plan going forward. Yo, but really and truly, if Cephas has finished a chance, man, we wouldn't be here. However, he didn't. Second, and when it comes to them scoring the goal, it was going to be difficult. I said, this is over. The moment they scored, I said, this is over.
Yeah, you kind of felt it.
Really
yeah.
I tell you what, the changes, there's something I look at, and maybe it's just different for me as a coach. I look at the substitution. We can see it in hindsight because a mistake was made. But I would have used Dixon instead of Burke at the time, personally for me.
Dixon was on the field. Oh, Kaim Dixon?
No, he didn't come on. But he didn't come on the same time as Burke, right? He came on for Burke.
Yeah. Kaim Dixon. Okay,
Yeah, he would have been the first substitution. Reason being, he's younger.
Yeah, really but remember, but remember now. All right. Hold on. Yeah.
Carla, if you also remember now, you're leading a game 1-0, right? You need somebody experienced out there.
Yeah.
You should have put Dixon on the field.
To hold up the ball. Corey Burke.
But he didn't hold up the ball, though. He didn't hold up the ball, right?
Fine, which is true. He didn't. But Corey Burke, listen. Corey Burke is a better player. Like I say now. You see, after the game, we can say this. But Corey Burke is a way better player at holding up the ball than Kaim Dixon. Can't compare them. Cannot.
Well, that didn't happen.
That did not happen, though. There you go. That did not happen. That did not happen.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, man. Which is in retrospect. But for people to believe that if Kaim Dixon was out there, then maybe USA would not have scored. Fine, because we don't know. But I don't know.
And when the substitution was made, I would turn to my wife and I said I wouldn't make that substitution. I would make the Kaim Dixon substitution. Here's the reason I say that. I don't want him to play. I don't want him to play the ball into his feet. I don't want that. I would really like the ball to be played into the channels for him to chase it. Because one-on-one situation is not so bad. You get what I mean? That is not my take. That's why I would use him. I don't want the ball to play into his feet. Because that's what we try to do with Burke. But do
you realize, Carla, though, that even when Kaim Dixon came on, he did not even go in the position that Corey Burke was playing. Like, you have to look at that too, you know.
Yeah, that was made afterwards.
No, man. Follow me. No, man. Follow the point I'm making. Yeah. So Corey Burke came on to play in the center of the midfield. Forward.
Yeah.
Kaim Dixon came on for Corey Burke, but he did not go in that position.
At that time, the goal scored already?
Yeah, man, but what I'm saying though, the position, he did not go in the same position that he was replacing the player coming out.
Yeah,
so that is follow me. That is an indication to you. That's an indication to you that if at the point when they took off the other player, they would have to also make a next change because Kaim Dixon would not be going in that position.
But man is when you say about Kaim, for me, I would have brought on Romario Williams.
That I can understand. If you said to me, listen, Romario Williams I could understand that because he plays that position. Because once you bring on, because remember, let's look at the dynamics. Jamalo, because we were defending, Jamalo we made a substitution and brought off Jamalo. Cephas ended up going in the center forward position, right? Meaning playing with his back to the goal. So now, not his favorite position, but remember, you're short on numbers. So it is showing you then that you're taking off a Jamalo and you didn't put Kaim Dixon in there. You put a center forward, a winger in the center forward position, and you brought on Bobby Reed, right?
Yeah.
Not Bobby Reed, Daniel Johnson, right? For coverage over that side. All right, now Cephas is done. You're going to change him. Now, you need a center forward because here's why. Because you need someone that you can kick the ball to. Because the slowest players in the US defense is your central players. You're not going. That is why Cephas was able to get the opportunity. That is how Jamaica scored the goal. You're not going to get past the US going down their wing backs because they're just as fast.
Yeah, but Mannings, here's the situation, Mannings. The fact that their wing backs were playing so high, there were spaces there were a lot of spaces in the width of the pitch.
Well,
you know what I mean? They already saw that when they go forward. You know?
No, but what I'm saying though, all of those spaces were available from in the first half, and we could not get in there. Kaim Dixon coming on at that point don't mean that we're going to be able to get the ball there. So my thing is, like, if somebody said, okay, Corey Burke came on, was there an next striker option? Let's put on Romario Williams because he can hold up the ball.
And what I'm saying in the morning is, I understand your point and what the coach wanted to do. This is me talking. This is how I would like to play. Yeah. Even if I put in Kaim and say, start middle, but you will not end up in the middle. You're just starting in the middle as a starting position. But our balls are going to go in the channels and he will run onto those because of his pace.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to Akala is that before that, Cephas was there and we weren't able to get the ball into the space. Bringing on Kahim Dixon, sending him in the space don't mean the ball is going to get there because you have two faster players who are not getting the ball there.
So we weren't playing that way. We weren't playing that way because they're bigger, so we played on the middle. They're bigger, so we played on the middle. That is what I'm saying about the fact that you have a smaller guy now. Let's change the focus a little bit from
no man.
I
still think you're missing my point. No man. I agree with you because different things are solutions, you know, and that's a reasonable solution. All right. So when So all I'm saying is that the Jamaica getting those diagonal passes into those channels from the beginning of the game wasn't really working. Not because of the slowness or the skill level of the wide players. It is because our outballs, I don't think people realize, all right, let me help you guys. I think sometimes when we come and we talk, we don't realize that just in the same way Jamaica have scouts, scouting other teams, getting clips and stuff. People scout Jamaica. I want to help you. I want you to watch the game again and look and see how the American forwards closed down the Jamaican defenders. When they were closing them, they were closing the angles for the passes down there. So that Jamaica, a lot of times, even Andre Blake, just slow the game down and look at these things. So a lot of the passes that were being made basically straight down the field. Because they know that our quality is in the wide area. And so what they will say is that, listen, we can't catch them if them get the ball. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to stop the outlet. Make them play the ball somewhere else. So we have to also bear in mind that the other team is scouting Jamaica as well as Jamaica is scouting them. And they prepare to come and block those things.
Yeah, I understand because I was a part of a national coaching staff.
Okay.
So I know the work that goes into preparing for a proper team and games. I know those work that goes into and key players and how to close them down. Trust me, Mannix. I know the type of work that goes into these things. You get what I mean? But I'm just giving the solution. This is just what I would do. That is just what I am saying. Get what? Because I see the game on so many different fronts. And that's why you have so much coaching staff, you have persons on your coaching staff, so people can come up with different ideas and see what you don't see.
Yeah.
But you really, there a long time I don't believe in the team this way. No matter the ups and downs and all that, and who will leave and who will come. It's not a matter say, I don't believe in the team, I believe in the coach for them out.
Yeah.
You get me? Because I'm track record.
Hey,
listen.
Go ahead, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah. All right, listen, we have to go run right here because we're going to let Unseen because Liverpool and Sheffield about to start and things. And Manchester and Chelsea. Big Unseen side playing today. Unseen, what you think about Chelsea?
You don't know what they will do. They will come and play a good, you don't know. So, just watch and see.
It's a 2-2. Hey, Marlon, we're going with Manchester today.
But man, we really need a second show on this, really. Because we really debate. You understand? Because
no, it's not debate, man. But Carla, big up yourself. Respect every time.
The thing we don't understand with the fans, them, though, man, is that even though our games are doing well, we're not supposed to look at the positive and not the negative. Because there is negatives, and there is positives.
I don't think the people are saying, though, Unseen, that there is no negative.
No, they don't want us to speak on the negative.
I think the point you're trying to make is not clear to the people. I think that is the issue the people have.
Yeah, but me clear it up. Are you and the caller came on and I try to misinterpret what me I try to say?
No, oh
And me clear
jeez,
it up.
me I try help you and say me I misinterpret what you say.
Yeah. Because you still when I talk about me, I talk about pretty football. Right?
Jeez,
I'm gonna come
Alright,
clear,
right,
clear it up.
Utah.
I'm gonna clear it up.
And let me give you stuff. Listen, Ansi, you see sometimes you see why? Because when you're in the venue, you know, and you're hearing all this stuff, you know, because you could hear everything, you know. You see how players like Bobby Reed, because we were working so hard, man, them crying out for legs, you know. So you see, like some of those things is in the moment, you wish Bobby Reed had stayed on the field. But Bobby Reed can't go. You wish Greg Lee would stay on, but he can't go. So all of those things you have to understand that in the moment these decisions are made. The good thing though is this, that the team, every good team that I know, they build from defense. Liverpool made some key acquisitions when they were transforming Liverpool. They started out with quality Van Dijk, quality goalkeeper, Alisson. Arsenal started out with transforming their backline with Gabriel Magalhaes. You realize that they don't have a striker yet, you know. They don't find their ideal striker, but they have started the transformation from defense, goalkeeper defense. All right, same thing with City when they were building their team. So there is it's almost like part of building a team. You have to get it right defensively. And what I will say is this, is that a USA team with their best team didn't break down Jamaica, I would say 4 times. How many shots did the USA have on target? Check your stats.
Well, right now.
How many shots USA had on target? On target. Think of 1 or 2.
In that game?
In the game. Check it.
How many shots on target?
Oh, well, I mean, if you'd have to do it from the 90, you know what? You're going to have more because it went to it's 7, right? So, because some of those were in extra time.
7.
But at the end of the regular time, Blake never really made any save in the USA game. In the Panama game, he made 1 save. 1 save in the Panama game. That is saying that your team on a whole is defending better. And now that you have like your defensive principles set out and the team is following them, you can now start working on the offensive play of the team. And you know that as a coach, that you can't build your team from creating opportunities and scoring goal. You have to fix it from the back to the front, not from front to back. So it is good that we are already talking about that. There, yeah.
I think we'll find the formula now in defense in terms of how we will want to play. The back three, I think the back three is better than we normally play, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, everybody are fine in position now for the national team. And again, Manning's man. That's one big move again from the coach that I like. You then finally see the light. And the next thing to Manning's man. So people are supposed to understand most of my time coaching, just making something clear, right? I focus in the fitness aspect. No, stamina.
Ansi, you don't need to defend yourself, you know. If you're a coach, you're a coach. You don't have to defend.
No. I'm just saying that I understand the fitness part. So I'm trying to make it clear to them to understand that most of the time I see coaches make changes. Other people talking about the coach should go because he take a Bobby Reed and Bobby Reed. No. The coach, the stamina level. Everybody have them GPS mind up on them body, you know. Right? We tell you the stamina level. If it's like here, start the game and you take time and go down. And once it starts to go down, and you keep on that person on the field, you are prone to what? Mistake, and you're prone for the players to get what? injured. So we have to understand them things as people, not the football or as fans. These are some of the things that you're supposed to understand. So when I see a coach take off a player where I play good, most of them reason either him stamina level go down, you don't want him get injured, or you don't want him make a mistake, especially in the box.
There you go, and see. What I think this will make a lot of sense. The players have the GPS, and he can tell you, like, this player, for just for their health and thinking and everything, need to come off the field. And you try to give them like an additional 5. You try to rehydrate them. And like I said, when you look at that GPS and those things, and the player is crying out, you have to make changes. So you end on a good note, Unseen. You understand? You start like...
I want to
you end on a good note. Yeah.
I don't know what time it is. I don't know what time it is, man.
You know what time it is.
You don't know what time it is, man.
All right, but... Yeah. But people, listen, I want to say a big thank you to you. Thanks to Unseen. Thanks to Marlon. Yeah. Thanks to all the persons who call in. Remember to hit the like button. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so, right? But it has been a good program. Always a pleasure being here with you. Tomorrow, we have someone special who will be joining us. We didn't discuss the under-20. We'll give you some information where that is concerned. And the first order of business for the JFF, is it the senior team, the girls team? What is it? We didn't discuss that. We're going to do that tomorrow and give you what we believe that the JFF needs to immediately work on, right? So bless up to all of you. It's always a pleasure being with you. Have a good day. I am Management. This has been I Am Sure Sports, and as usual, when it comes to the end of our program, we say we are over, and we are O-U-T out of here. Hit the like button before you go. The man in the Jerome with shade is saluting.
Yo, watch about dog, SK New heard this. The body out there, Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Orchard-Base, Galtigo Bay. Everywhere. I Am Sure Sports. Check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like? Ha. Yeah, someone known for the food from young, from where they knee height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.